This is reading number 6, The Forger Was a Genius by the Canadian Automobile Association. Forgery has always attracted creative talents that, properly developed in the straight world, would have brought prosperity and maybe fortune to their owners. If easy money has been the main motive for forgery, there have also been those cases where the forger appears to have collected a bonus in pleasure at outwitting so-called specialists. When these cases appear in the courts, public opinion seems to lean towards clemency. Everybody likes to see the expert with egg on his face. The curious career of Henricus Anthonius van Meegeren, known as Hans, a delicate, dapper little Amsterdam artist, provides perhaps the perfect illustration of all these points. During World War II, he produced a series of oils in the style of the 17th century Dutch painters Vermeer and De Hooch. They were accepted, after rigorous examination, as genuine old masters, and Van Meegeren amassed a fortune of about $3 million. It is obvious that the forger was an artist of great talent. He had so immersed himself in the technique and style of his idol Jan Vermeer that his own works, for which there was little demand, began step by step over a considerable period to resemble the master's own paintings so closely that even dealers were fooled. Van Meegeren was in his 50s when the Germans occupied the Netherlands and Nazi warlords began to gather up large collections, either by theft or purchase. Van Meegeren now slipped across the line into forgery. He purchased old used canvases and obtained the same paints and brushes that Vermeer had used 300 years earlier. New Vermeers now began to surface, each one carefully documented. The bemedaled Hermann Goering, second only to Adolf Hitler in power, bought Christ and the Adulteress, attributed to Vermeer, paying a fabulous price. Other paintings were bought very quietly by several museums and art galleries. It was the Goering picture that broke the case. It was traced by American investigators to Van Meegeren after the German defeat, and he was accused of selling his nation's art treasures to the enemy. Now the forger's pride was stung. No, he insisted, it was not a Vermeer. It was a Van Meegeren. He had painted the picture, and others like it, signing the names of Vermeer and De Hooch. The owners of the fake Vermeers now rose with red faces to insist that their experts could not have been fooled. Van Meegeren must be lying, simply trying to build a name for himself through the publicity. So the authorities asked the little man with the toothbrush mustache to paint a new Vermeer to order. It was virtually indistinguishable from the master's work. Even the judges hid their grins. Van Meegeren achieved the seemingly impossible feat of duplicating the work of Vermeer, regarded as the most perfect technician among all the Dutch masters. Instead of drawing a life sentence as a traitor, Van Meegeren was handed a 1-year term in prison. He died there in 1947 at the age of 58. He could be laughing still. Van Meegeren, bearing either his own or other signatures, now change hands at prices that truly reflect the forger's genius.